Welcome to Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
Good morning, and what a happy day this is. And always, I want to welcome you to Always Moving Forward with Renee. As I am glad you invited me and my guests into your homes. Happy day to all. I am Renee Ross Bowers, and my co-host today is from the Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club. We have Jackie Duncan, Harold Braggs, and Henry Harper. The Breakfast Club is an art enthusiast group that encourages and supports the fine arts in the Metro Detroit area. The work of the artists is becoming more and more sought after for estate portfolios, especially by European collectors. Today we have a surprise for you. And you know I always come with a surprise. But today it's totally different. Today we will preview the artwork of Detroit's finest artists. Genesis 1, chapter, first verse states, "In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth." Art has been a part of the human history since the beginning. It has been used to express how we feel, documentation of historical events, and to simply capture creativity. Before we meet these fine artists, I just have a few questions for my co-host. Jackie, tell us a little bit about yourself and what kind of art you deal with.
I'm a professor of arts and I work at Wayne County Community College teaching art, fine arts, design, drawing, painting, and I also teach my students about Black history when it comes to art. And I have had my art around the United States. I've had my art, it's been showcased here in the city of Detroit, in the Metro Detroit area, at Schoolcraft and different galleries, the Carr Center, Dale Gallery that used to be on 10 Mile Road, Southfield Road. I had a Schoolcraft College. It's been at South Shore Culture Center in Chicago, Illinois, which is so famous because Elizabeth Catlett and Charles White and the group, they actually started that in a protest to show Black artists their work. I've been to Savannah and showcased it at Savannah College of Art and Design, Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia. I got some pieces right now at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. So I've been around in the art and stuff, and I just love it. So, and I came into the Breakfast Club last year when I found out about all the artists coming through. So I do a lot.
Okay, well, you know, I have to say about Jackie. Jackie and I taught together at Detroit Public Schools. And if you remember those little cars, they were Volkswagens. And they had them all around the city, especially downtown. A lot of Jackie's students painted those cars.
Yes,
Okay.
that was one of the things we did. And my students' artwork won all type of awards. They won with General Motors scholarships, also DATA, Detroit Art Teachers Association, and then we was at the DIA. Every year my students won at least 5 awards because, yeah, I be teaching my students how to draw. I appreciate it.
Okay, so yippee-yay-yay for Detroit Public Schools. Okay, Harold, what motivated you to become an art collector and an advocate?
Well, my wife and I had always been interested in art, and growing up, we would visit museums. My wife spent most of her time in the Toledo Museum, but we always enjoyed art, but we didn't know very much about it. So we actually came to collect late in life. We've only been collecting about 8 years, and we met Henry, who helped us along and taught us about art, helped us to learn about art. And through that, we met other artists and whatnot. We learned about the NCA, the National Conference of Artists, where we met Shirley Woodson and a host of other artists. And that's how we got started.
Oh, okay. Now, I don't know much about art. When I first came out and I met the Breakfast Club, you know, I know nothing about it. And I remember several years ago, my husband and I, we went to an auction, and they had some art there. And I didn't know if it was, you know, you're right, authentic. I was going to say good art or bad art. But I did look on the back of the frame, and the frame was $5,000. So I said, well, that's got to be some good art in there. So they had several pieces at the auction, and I bid it, and I got 3. After I got the 3, and I got them for a price that you wouldn't even believe. But after I got the 3, the lady pulled the others off the floor because she said she wasn't going to give them away. But at least I got 3. So, you know, I'm going to have to let you all take a look at them and tell me what, oh yes, I still have them. And tell me what I have, okay?
Sure.
Okay, now Henry, what encouraged you to start the Breakfast Club?
I was working with Mr. Braggs and his wife, helping them to assemble the great collection that they have. And Mr. Braggs was a retired executive with a corporation. And so I said to him, we used to do field trips.
Okay.
And so I said to him, because I wanted him to learn about the art from a grassroots standpoint of view. And I asked him, what are you doing Monday morning? And he said, oh, nothing. Nothing. So I said, let's get together and I'll meet you at 10 o'clock at a local restaurant to have breakfast so we can talk about and review everything the night that we had seen on Sundays and Saturdays for field trips.
Right.
And then after 2 or 3 months, I think Ken Myree, who was Michael.
It was longer than that. We started in 09.
Okay.
Ken didn't come till 2014.
Ouch. Okay, so
Okay.
so who joined us? Somebody joined us, and then Michael Horner came. And Michael
Ken.
Horner, who was the artist,
Ken.
bought Michael Horner.
Yeah.
Michael Horner, who was an artist, and he was the last artist student of Charles McGee, who was a very famous local and regional artist. And Michael Horner told other people about the Breakfast Club, and then it became really exponential, and people just started coming. And it got so bad that in the restaurant, we were there for breakfast, but we were taking over the whole restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So the owner kicked us out,
Oh, wow.
and then he had a brainstorm. He said, well, Henry, why don't y'all come at 5 o'clock, because nobody's here at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
So then the Breakfast Club doubled. So
Okay.
now we have close to 700 people. The director of the DIA, Dr. Salvador Solor Pons, said that we're the largest art group in Michigan.
Oh,
there's a lot of-
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot of energy, and that's good.
Yes, congratulations. 'Cause I know when I visited the Breakfast Club, Jackie told me, she said, make sure you get there early so you can get a parking space.
Yes.
And I couldn't believe it. You know, the way the street, the parking lot, everything was full. But my husband and I sat out front, and somebody just happened to come out. And we just happened to pull right in. You know, but you...
So the enthusiasm is like church.
Yes,
Every
yes.
Monday, people can't wait. They get there way before 5 o'clock. And it's a lot of jubilation. It's just unbelievable.
Fellowship.
A lot of
Fellowship.
energy.
Henry, also, they get Mac Alive. It's another place that you need to talk about, a community center
Uh-huh.
that's on Fisher.
Right.
And with art
Yeah.
that they.
Okay, is the Breakfast Club affiliated
We're
with that?
having an event tomorrow night at 5:30 at the Mac Alive, and we're giving out Lifetime Achievement Awards for the people in the community, and that being Del Pryor, Hubert Massey,
Shirley Woodson
Reed, who is just unbelievable in the art world,
Dr. Taylor.
and Dr.
Cleaving
Cleaving
Taylor.
Taylor.
Okay, let's tell our audience again, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow night,
The
Friday.
location?
Friday, February 23rd at 5:30 p.m. at Mac Alive, which is at 3746 Fisher Street and Mac Avenue. And in that building is the Ambassador Fine Arts Collection, which is the largest and the finest curated collection of art on Detroit's East Side Public. And we're having a Lifetime Achievement Award tomorrow night at 5:30. So it's open to the public, and there's plenty of food, and just show up.
Okay, audience, you heard that. Just show up. But tell me, okay, I know if our audience comes out tomorrow, they can see some of the work, but they can actually see the work every Monday?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and where can they purchase it? Can they purchase?
They can purchase.
On the spot, yeah,
On
right
the
there
spot.
at the restaurant. And one good thing is all the money, 100%, and I'm having issues, but all the money goes straight to the artist. There
Oh,
are no
good.
pending fees or anything. And that, it wasn't started like that. People bought art emotionally. So when we started the Breakfast Club, it wasn't to sell art, but people would say, how much?
And they will sell.
They'd say, we'll sell it. So I
Yeah.
tell artists, bring your swipey, your,
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
You
Well,
know?
that's good. So tell you what I'm going to do. Any Monday that I show up, if I see an artist sell their work, you know, maybe they can buy me a hot dog or something. What you think? Think that'll work?
oh, you mean as a result of it?
Right,
Okay.
right, yes, yes.
Or give you a drawing.
Oh, okay. Okay, did you want to share anything else? Because I am so eager to get up here and see this artwork. You want to share anything else?
Yeah, I want to say that we have some superb artists, okay, and their artwork is fantastic, marvelous. So you're going to enjoy looking at the different artists and their artwork. It's supreme.
And it's all hand done, and it's a very good quality
Yes.
of art.
Fine art. Fine art.
Fine art. Right.
Yes.
But you know, before we get up and go around and look at the art, tell me this. I know there weren't a lot of people that look like me in art before. When did we really start getting into art?
Well,
Painting and everything.
Actually, it's
we've
been going on
always,
for a while.
we-
quite a
we've
while.
always painted.
Yes.
It's just we were not appreciated by the mainstream art world. That has changed recently.
Okay, we're going to be educated now, audience.
Yeah,
Okay.
oops. It was not accepted by the mainstream art world. It was considered primitive art. It was considered just not good art. And here lately, not because of our own pushing, but because the art market has decided, or they want to recognize African American art, because African American art has something to do with the whole art market or the art genre period, and now it's being recognized by the art world. And subsequently, many collectors, and even at the Breakfast Club, there was a very prominent collector there not too long ago, and she said that she has put her Cezannes and her Matisse and her really great pieces in storage, and she was concentrating on buying African American art. And so this is they've been doing it for a while, but it's
Right.
becoming even more mainstream
Yeah.
and more incorporated in mainstream.
Okay, now you mentioned some words that I'm quite sure a lot of our audience, you know, they don't recognize, like Cezannes and what is that?
The Cezanne, there's many movements and periods in art, many of them. The Impressionist period, which is a likable period that people really, really love because it's very soft on the eyes and that kind of stuff. It was a very huge period in American art, in world art, I'm sorry, that started in about the 1870s and ran till actually about 1910. That's a period of art, the Impressionist period, and that's when things were painted with a very atmospheric blanket over the top of it.
Not so much realism, but the
Right.
impression of,
Okay.
whatever it was they were doing.
And
So
those
it wasn't-
paintings are valued in the art world today when they come to the market. I mean, the people who bought them for $300, they wanted to go to the museum that they bought for $650, and it's worth about $100 million today. And so of the Impressionist period, but that's just a period of art. And it's likable, it's lovable. People still love the Impressionist period, and it's very, very popular.
Cezanne he's a famous artist.
Cezanne.
that, came after that period, shortly after that.
Right.
I want to go back even further than that, because I want to go back to BC, and I want to go back when you have your Egyptian empire and the Mayan
Absolutely,
empire.
right.
And those art pieces and sculptures that they did, France and England went in there and stole them from the tombs and from their graves.
Oh, yeah.
And people have to understand, when we created work, African artwork, it was fundamental. It was a part of their religion, a part of their culture, part of their lifestyle. And when they created it,
Voice.
it meant something. So now we come here into the modern world, and art doesn't have to be fundamental. And so now you have to get black folks to think a different way, because whatever they had, it was about something that they could use in part of their life. And so now we say, okay, we're gonna have to kind of put that aside, and now we're gonna think about buying art and putting it up on the walls just to look at it. It doesn't have to be part of their religion, it doesn't have to be fundamental in their life. And so that's,
Just to enjoy.
yeah, just to
Place it on
enjoy.
the walls just to enjoy.
And art tells a story. Art enhances your life.
Yes.
Art makes your life just calm. Art as a therapy.
That's
does
what
it.
I was gonna say, calm.
It just calms you. I have a collection at home, and when I go home, I'm on vacation because I'm surrounded by the things that I love, selected, enjoy, and they speak to me.
Right.
And that's what art does. You go into a room that has no art or a house that has no art, it has a coldness to it.
Yes.
It has a real coldness to it. And that's what art does. Art really enlivens. There are many kids. We had a young fellow who came to Breakfast Club, and I'll try to wind this down, but he didn't speak until he sold his first painting. And he was, how old was he? Antonio. He was 23, 24 years old. He did not speak until he did art, but he didn't speak until he sold his first painting.
Okay, because they're offering classes in college now, art therapy, music therapy, which are, helping the students. Okay,
And you know, WC3, they offer free courses for seniors. Okay, they can go in and take those classes. Art, whatever class, technology, computer is free. And we have to take advantage of this because art teaches you. It did in the early 1900s when we had our artists that come over to America. It was telling you about what was happening in that period of time in American history or whatever history they was at. Jacob Lawrence, he was taught by artists, and his work, he was the first one that depleted art of everyday things that people did. Okay, whether they was washing clothes or dishes, he painted it, and that brought art and gave it a whole nother idea for people.
Okay, all right, and audience, I know you're probably saying, Renee, this is the quietest we've ever seen you. But I am learning today myself. And audience, if you want to speak with me or, tell me what you think about the show, or if there's a topic that you want to hear, please give me a call at 313-657-5556, or you can email me at GWEALTHS111 at gmail.com. And you can see our show every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and Friday at 12 noon on Comcast Channel 20. And also, you can contact the Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club. You can catch their Facebook page, am I right?
Right.
Everything is on the Facebook page. And remember, they meet every Monday. Every Monday at 5 o'clock sharp. Now, we got to be on time now, because remember I told you, Jackie said the parking lot, gets filled, and we want to be on time. So they meet at Noni's Sherwood Grill, 19700 Livernois Avenue, Detroit, Michigan.
And it's open.
Right off of Outer Drive.
It's open to the public for free, but the only rule is you must buy your own meal because the restaurant is a business, and tip the waitress generously. And just come and enjoy and laugh and look at some art, talk about some more art, laugh some more, talk about some more art, and see some art, exhibit some art, energize, fellowship back and forth with
And
the
have a good
artists,
time.
and have a good time.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
And learn something. So, okay, we have several artists here. So tell you what, why don't we go and meet them now? Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, we're here today with David S. Wilson. Tell us a little bit about yourself, David, and then your paintings.
Yes, I'm a self-taught artist. I've been in art all my life, and I study art history extensively, and I study main two periods I really like, the Italian Renaissance and Baroque, the Baroque period. Most of my study has been through the old masters of the past. That's where I get a lot of my techniques. My first painting right here is a rose. It's a regular flower. It's oil on a canvas pad. I do all my drawing. I don't do any projection. I do all my drawing, all my proportions. I draw it up first, and that's painted in oil. My second large piece right here, these are figurative artwork. I was into bodybuilding some time ago, and I used bodybuilding magazines for anatomical references. And there's really no title to it, but this is oil painting on wood. And as I said, I do all my drawings, no projections, no opaque projector, and that's oil. And my last one here is a little different technique. This was most Buddha heads are Oriental in style, but I had a little Afrocentric image to this one here. This is China marker, white China marker on black board. And it's kind of the reverse of what you would do with a black pencil on white paper. And it's basically just kind of a drawing, basically. The other two are oil paints. This is a basic drawing. China marker is similar to crayon. And that's about it.
Okay, something like this, what would it run?
I've priced this one at $3,000.
Okay.
And these other two, even though they may be similar, not very similar sizes, but I $500 a piece.
Okay, good. Okay, let's give it up for Dave.
Thank you.
And you know, this gives me a chance to be the Vanna White, you know? Okay.
You're watching Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Okay, welcome back to Always Moving Forward with Renee. We're standing here with Blake Zerker and his mom, and they're going to tell you about their pieces here.
Hi, I'm Blake Zerker. I'm a student at CCS. Yes.
Blake is fascinated using texture and different firing techniques to reveal the earthly surfaces with organic bodies. He uses many different clays to embrace those bodies and firing techniques. This vessel here, the tan one, is Ripples in Sand. It has been salt fired in a gas reduction kiln. The inside and top have a glaze that Blake developed. The layer of glaze is a thick reduction so that it shows a sheen to it. The lower portion of the vase that has the texture does not have a glaze on it so that it can show the organic properties of an atmospheric reduction. The bottleneck vase here is titled Spring. It's a wheel-thrown narrow neck piece using another different clay body that complements the form. This has also been salt fired in a gas reduction kiln. Blake usually uses 10 to 12 different clay bodies to bring out either texture, dimension, or the different properties and elements of the organic of a different firing technique. As an artist with autism and synesthesia, Blake feels the vibrations of colors with a vivid perception on dimensions. His ideas are best expressed through pottery. Clay is responsive to subtle movements, rich in metaphor and emotion. Blake currently has works at the Ann Arbor Art Center. He's attending College for Creative Studies downtown. He has works in Chicago and New York City at Jill Lindsay. I almost forgot to mention that Blake has his vases at Birmingham Blossoms where he wholesales. Blake also is the 2018 International Emerging Artist from Lux Design Magazine.
Wow, let's give it up for Blake. Give it up. All right, Blake.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Okay, yes, and we're so glad that you're here with us today.
I want to thank you personally, Renee. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Give me a hug.
Sure.
Okay, all right. Audience, if you'd like to get in touch with me just to talk or you want prayer, please contact me at 313-657-5556, or you can email me at gwealths111@gmail.com. Also, you can see our show every Sunday every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. and we're back again on Friday at 12 noon on Comcast Channel 20. Viewers, you can contact Detroit Fine Arts
Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. You can find them on Facebook. And remember, they meet every Monday at Noni's Sherwood Grill, 19700 Livernois, Detroit, Michigan. Now, they meet at 5 o'clock, so make sure you're there by 5. And again, audience, I want to thank my co-hosts, and I want you to know God loves you, and so do we.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy Always Moving Forward with Renee.
Moving forward.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Vicki Winans, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
My name is Mike Duggan, and I'm watching the Bell Global Network.
Hey, keep it locked. It's your boy D. Hattie watching the Bell Global Network. You know how it is.
Hi, I'm Charlie Langton, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
Hi, this is Martha Reeves, and you're watching Bell Global Network.
Hi, everybody. I'm telling you, everything that happened to me that was good, God did it. I'm Evelyn Turrentine, AG, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
This is Pastor D. Alexander Bullock of Preachers of Detroit, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
This is Bishop Edgar Van of Second Ebenezer Church in Detroit, Michigan, and you're watching the Bell Global Network.
Hi, I'm Bernadette Stanis. You know me best as Thelma from the TV show Good Times, and you are watching Bell Global Network.
Hi, I'm Clifton Davis, and you're watching Bell Global Network.